guys just saw a true indie horror film. Let's hear it for Jim Minkle, the director of TIFF10. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for staying, everybody. Some additional people? Well, we have some people to bring up really quickly, but there's 4 people that I forgot to mention. In addition to the star of the film. The cinematographer, Ryan Sam, will also shot Ryan. Our composer, Jeff Grace, has made this film. Our sound designer, Graham Leslie. Brilliant sound design, and also Liz Nastola, our costume designer. Beautiful job. We also have a dark-haired bartender, Vanya Arcelanian, who feels the wrath of Mr. in the opening reel. Cast, whoever's still left, I see an empty seat somewhere. Danielle, Sean, come on up, Connor. Larry, come on up. Mr. Nick. Desmond. If I forget anybody, let me know. Kelly's not here, she's maybe sleeping. She didn't. Kelly made it to the barn scene. That's the furthest she's gotten yet.
So you've been able to, you're actually pretty lucky here, because not only is it a horror film, it's a post-apocalyptic film, it's a road movie, and it's a Western. Can you talk about how you came up with the idea for Stake Land?
Yeah, I wish this guy right here is best to answer that question. This started here from Mick Michi. Not only Mr. the writer.
So what was the inspiration for the story? Where did this come about?
I give a lot of credit to, and I've said before, the Searchers. I love that movie. I love the characters, Damon Martin in the thing, and I just wanted to do something to blend that Western and all-American kind of John Wayne character with something modern. And that became it.
And how did you prepare for the role? I'd already seen it before in Mulberry Street, and that was one of the, such a standout performance. Which is also very rare in modern horror films, that you have such a really great, strong, dramatic anchor to the film. What did you do to prepare for the role of Mr.?
Well, I camped out the first shoot, so I slept in a tent. I didn't change my clothes. I did sleep in the car a couple nights just to see what that would be like. That was fun. Martin slept with me in the tent for a whole week. And he moved to the trailer.
Nick also carved his own weapons. He made his own outfit. He made a bow in his kitchen. He made leather pants out of jeans and soap and shellac. It was amazing. I have some amazing pictures on my phone of early weapons that were sent to me while I was at work. And, so that was all this guy.
And how did you prepare for the role? This is a pretty intense performance.
I just watched him. As Martin spent most of the film trying to be Mr. and just tried to be Nick. And saw how that went.
But one of the great things about the film is, I think probably a lot of people are surprised at how beautiful it looks. Like, it's incredible how you capture the landscapes, but so much of it seems to be based on the locations. At what point did you have all those locations planned out, or were there any that you just kind of came across as you were making your journey?
A mix of both, and Brent Kunkel, the producer, kind of went ahead and scouted out and really found like that beautiful empty factory at the beginning of the film that looks so great on screen. That was just a lucky find, I think, that we came across while we were looking for something else. But we shot the original outside of Reading, Pennsylvania, where I grew up, and kind of knew at least what streets looked pretty grimy and what gas stations were out of business. So we started there in the summertime, and then we took off for about 3 months to try to get, these guys grew their hair out, and we tried to let everyone look a little older, and then we jumped ahead to the wintertime. We went up to the Catskill Mountains, where it looked a little more like the Canadian mountainous borders. And so up there, it was like everywhere you point the camera is beautiful. And it's Ryan, who not just shot it, but operated the camera, but also Bobby Booth, who was our second camera operator, who got all those gorgeous landscape shots and moon shots and time-lapse stuff. It was so much fun when you get in the editing room and you just find things that I couldn't even use. There was too much of it. So some of it is planned, and some of it is you find it on the way and adapt.
And Larry, Glass Eye Picks has really come about in the last number of years in doing fresh, original genre films, primarily horror films with I Saw the Dead and House of the Devil. What do you look for when you're making these productions? Like what attracts you?
I don't look, people come to me. But I feel it's always been very organic how I get to know the filmmakers. Mikkel and I have been trying to work together for quite a long time, actually. He showed me his short films, which I really loved, and we talked about doing a vampire movie of a different nature at some point. And then so it's often a long, organic process. Ty West was my intern years ago, having met a friend of mine, Kelly Reichert, the filmmaker, and she said that we should hook up. And I said to him, you should write a feature sometime, because I liked his short films as well. And Graham Resnick, a lot of the guys that they knew each other, Ty West, Graham Resnick, Peter Polk, our producer, he actually met Jeff Grace. I don't even remember the story, but it was Peter who brought Jeff into the fold, which has been one of our magic weapons. So it's really a community of people, and we get a lot of scripts sent to us, but I usually find that it comes from a more organic place, and to some degree arbitrary. We've gotten involved in people just for weird reasons. If they're handsome. So yeah, that's all I can say. But what I look for in the work is a heart, which is what I love about Mikkel's thing, and a sense of character. I like pacing that's unexpected. I don't like, and I won't, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't really like gore for gore's sake. I like when the violence really has a meaning because you've gotten to know the people involved, so it really, it has the shock of realism. So those are just some of the, it's really a matter of taste.
And this is actually your second time on the Midnight Madness screen, because you actually had a small role in Vanishing on 7th Street.
And I'll tell you, that's only funny because the scene is exactly identical to the scene I did in Mikkel's other film, where I play a guy pounding on a window trying to get away, in this case from rats, in this case from the dark. But it doesn't end well for me in both cases.
And last question before I open up to the audience. Watching it again, because the version I saw was really rough. Watching it again, my favorite part is the vampires being dropped from the helicopter. So fresh, that I've never seen that before. But watching it again, from the beginning, when everyone's being asked to dance, that's all one long take. How hard was it to do that?
Extremely difficult. It was great timing, great camera operating, great job on these guys' parts to hit everything in there, and a great job on that little girl's part, who I can't wait to we're going to show it at the Woodstock Film Festival. Hopefully maybe we'll bring her into that scene and then take her out, but she's about this big, and we had about 80 extras. We had a band on stage, and she came out and hit her little mark, and Nick picked her up. And, it was very difficult, yeah. That was how we got that night. Yeah.
So we were running out of money. We shot the first half of the movie, and then we had to shoot the second half of the movie, and we'd already spent like 3/4 of our budget. So I said to Mikkel, I sat him down, I said, listen dude, we gotta take a day off of your schedule, and you gotta start thinking about not so many setups, and just start simplifying, and there's a great power in fewer setups and more just taking bold moves, and that way we can move the schedule along. And so his idea was, okay, I'll do that entire scene in one shot. I was like, that's not what I meant. That's the most complicated solution I could think of. So it was, we had to do all this rehearsal and map it out. It was completely insane, but when we got it, it was awesome. So, you know, you give advice to a smart guy and he'll come back with something the last thing you'd expect.
We have any questions from the audience here? Yes, in the yellow, sir.
I'm wondering if when you play this film in other audiences, do you change which country to go to?
We do. We're working on Spain right now. We're going to pick it up from the lab next weekend. Nuevo Eden, Michael said. Michael's the king of the corniest but brilliant jokes. He's the scariest dude in the world on set, but then he just pop up with blood and just say, you know, say the best jokes.
And Larry and I were joking during the, just we were on the phone that actually the Canada, that was a subliminal, so I would pick the film.
Yeah.
Who else do we have here? Yes, sir.